We are crossing live to Absrod Oval, where the Scodfather will speak to the press.
I heard that he is in a grumpy mood.
Hello everybody, welcome to my channel and thank you for joining. Now in today's episode we're going to go through all the weekend's games because we didn't do a Thursday night, Friday night, not even a Saturday night press conference. You want to know why? Because I was too upset just coming down. Okay, Harley Reid, he destroyed my weekend. I was very upset. Anyway, we'll talk about him later on. Firstly, I've got a few thank yous to make. Now, in my last video, the brainstorm, the one I had the brainstorm on, okay, we had a donation from Friedel Shake. Friedel Shake gave us a donation of $8. So I just want to say thank you very much. You're an absolute gentleman. Okay, thank you for your kindness. I normally do our team results and how we went, usually at the end of the program, but I'm going to do it at the start, okay? So I'm doing things in reverse order today. So this week, we scored a 2004. Now, I don't know if I should be happy or not. It was a top 6%. It was okay. We had a few players let us down. And we were looking at 2150 at one stage, so it was disappointing, but it could have been worse. Some players saved us. We're going to have to thank Sherry later on. He's like a cherry on top, this Sherry man. Anyway, our season ranking, we're at 307 now. Okay, so let's have a look. 12,646 points. How far is that off the top 100? Okay, let's have. I haven't looked at this yet. How do we do this? Okay, go classic. 12-6, I forgot what it was already. 12-6-4-6. Okay, classic rankings. Okay, let's have a look at the top 100. 12-6-4-6. Actually, we're not far off. Okay, 12-6-4-6. We're about 90 points. Less than 90 points. Just coming down. Okay, we're less than 90 points outside the top 100. Okay, the Chooks and Mayers McNangs, okay, just coming down. Be careful, I'm coming. Anyway, let's have a look at some league results. Now, leagues. We have Dr. Supercoach, Supercoach of DR. Okay, Supercoach of DR's Legends. We had a match-up with, this is last week's. We didn't get these scores, 25-22. What's going on here? Something wrong. Okay, they've changed these scores. I can't even see the results. Okay, game day. Let's go to the game day. Something wrong there. Let's go game day. No, these are all wrong. Okay, round 6. Okay, let's go round 6. Okay. Let's start again, okay? Supercoach with DR, okay? Our matchup versus Janaf, my good boy, my good friend Janaf. He was actually killing me, but I think Sherry, the man with the cherry on top, saved me for this game. Supercoach Cup 1, Dusty's back. That's Sam's team. Very close game. Unlucky Dusty's back. Okay, very unlucky. We had my boy here, Big Ben. He's a good man, okay? He was killing me too, okay, at the end. Something happened because he was about 100 points ahead of me. Some of his players must have just let him down last game. Now, Ben from Supercoach Insiders, he beat me just coming down, okay? This was the important one. The Scodfather's Legends, okay, I copped the defeat. I'm not happy, okay? We'll have to talk to Ben about this. Now, actually, let's keep going down. Scodfather Cup number 3, okay. This is Leanne's team. Now, Leanne was actually smashing me as well. And Fife in the fast lane, okay. Freo Docker supporter and a very, very fine young lady. And unfortunately for Leanne, okay, she come up against Abs Magic, okay. And let's have a look here. Scodfather Cup 4, the Crazy Frogs. Okay, now, the Crazy Frogs, this is Julian's team. Now, if you know the Crazy Frogs from Twitter, there was one weekend last year or the year before. I can't remember. I think it was the year before. Actually, it could have been the year before that one. I can't remember. Anyway, he come first in a weekly in a weekly high score. He collected a $2,000 paycheck. Okay, so and this week he was very close again. He smashed me this week. Now we're going to actually invite him to do Captain's Corner very soon. I want to see him. He's one of his captains score a 150 first, because he told me he's done it 5 times. I haven't seen it. Just coming down. Anyway, let's go to Scodfather Cup 5 and the Super Couch Potato. Okay, close game again. My good friend Super Couch Andrew, but Abs Magic took the honours here. And Scodfather Cup 6, this is Luke the Donkey Droppers, okay, now, he had a bit of a loss as well, 60, these are good scores, okay, just that Abs Magic had a top 6%. Now, Jake, I am captain now, he says, okay, well, this week, Jake, unfortunately, Abs Magic was the... Now, we go to the matchups this weekend in the Scodfather Cup Legends, okay, now, Damon, DJ Trade-A-Lot, had a bit of a defeat to actually he's been going so well. Unfortunately for Damon, had an 1879, and Supercoach of the Year had the honours. I think it was a 31 point win. Dan Batten had a close win over Selby, 1917, 1906. Now, we had Horses for Courses, my boy Mick, okay, and Bryce Mitchell had the honours in this game, 1971 had a win. Why couldn't I play to these players? Okay, just coming down. Anyway, we had a shellacking against Ben's. He came back from his honeymoon, his players all rested, that's why. His players were fresh, might have been working so hard. Anyway, we had Janaf here, had a win over JD, okay, 1953, 1921. We had... my boy here, Swizz, had a defeat against Mini Monk, had a good win, 100-point win from the Mini Monk. The Mini Monk beat me last week as well. We had JP have another win. Okay, JP is now starting to go on fire. He's firing up. And he had a win over Tim Mitchell, okay, 1896. Now, Smoking Joe, okay, from Centre Bounce, scored a 2009. It wasn't enough. Okay, that was a good score. And... Pete from Dr. Supercoach Pistol had a good win there. We had Alistair, okay, Al Payton, have a win over Geordie. It was a 75-point win there. And we had a close one here. And MJ, he's starting his role now, okay, from the coaches panel. He's back, okay, just beware. He's telling the competition, just coming down. Okay, he had his first win. Now, everyone is now had a win now. Okay, let's go to the league ladder. Let's have a look. League. How do we go to league ladder? View. Let's come over here. View league. Okay, let's have a look at the league now. Now, Abs Magic has dropped a third. Okay, we have 2 teams at the top. We have Al Payton on 20 points and Supercoach of the Year on 20 points. They're heading the way. Abs Magic coming third now. 16 points. Damon from Damon Jackson anyway, coming 16. Supercoach Edge. Dan Batten on 16. Mini Monk 16. Everyone's on 16. The top 8 all had the 16 points. Very close comp. And going down to here, it's all the way down to 13, 12 points. And the bottom end now, we've got 3 players with 1 win each. Okay, that's SSD Supercoach, Stephen. Horses for Courses, you can catch him on his channel, that's Mick. And MJ, okay, from Coach's Panel. He's turning his move now. And that's our leagues up anyway. We go to the Scodfather group. Okay, my boy here, Victor, he's actually a good friend of mine from the Richmond's group. You can actually catch him on with Swizz. He's talking to Swizz today on the channel. So at 8 p.m. Actually, it's 9:30. I just missed it. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. He's on the channel. I'll go through it later on. But Victor is ranked number 1 nationwide now. He's on the top, and he's got a clear lead. He's got a how big's the lead? 12,971. It's not a bad lead. It's about a 100-point lead. That's huge. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, he had a massive week. Lewis is flying this week. Gardens Muzzy. Okay, Lewis. And now he's on Twitter. I had a chat to him today as well. He's on fire, coming 9th. Okay, good boy, Lewis. Now, Dow or Never. That's Joe. Okay, coming 14th. Now, Joe's dropped. I think did he drop or did he go up? No, he went up in ranks. He went up 7. My boy Shaq, he's back there again. 29th, is holding his ground strong. Now we go down here. We got a lot of top 100. We got, how many do we have? This is incredible. We have 13 teams in the top 100. We have Chef's Titans. That's Nat's team. Nathaniel. Okay, coming 35th. We have Alien Avengers. That's Vessel's team. Coming 46. Just behind him is Alex, the Man of Steel. Just coming there. Okay, and then we have James bringing Sexton back, he says. And coming 80th at 86. Okay, Dusty's back. That's Sam's team. Actually, that's the one I beat. Okay, just coming down, Sam. So I apologise. If I knew it was you, I would have let you win the game. Anyway, and then we keep going. We have a couple of ties here. 87. We have Missing Links. That's Steen's team. And we have Kai from he's a YouTuber as well. Broomy's Boys, 86, he actually dropped in ranks. He was actually, what was he, 33 or something, I think. He was 33rd last week, so he dropped a little bit, but he'll come back. His team's stronger, seen a very strong team, and scored a 1924 this week. Now we go to the highest scorers this week in our group, and 13 lack magic. Okay, that's Niha's team. I hope I pronounced it correctly. It could be a silent G. So I'm assuming it's Niha or Jiha. Okay. Scored a 21. That's a huge score. 2167. Patrick tripled. That's Lucas's team. 2148. Hakim scored a sweep the leg. Okay, that's Hakim's team. Scored a 2147. Jamie's team, the Ugly Ducklings. Okay, this is the Ugly Ducklings. Okay, 2146. We have Missing Links, and now he's ranked 87, as we saw before. He flew up the rankings. Okay, 2142. That's a massive jump. We have She'll Be Right. That's Caden's team. Scored a 2140. We have the Gunners. That's Andrew's team. 2139. We have Setterfield Spuds. Okay, this is another. He knows who I'm talking to. Brad. Okay, he understands the Spuds. Got 2138. And what do you reckon? That's Derek's team. That's a good score. It's 2138. Similar to Brad's score. Well, same as Brad's score. Then in the last top 10, Brad's team, Dub, 2136. These are huge scores. Massive. We now go to the first game of the week. Okay, and this was the Thursday night game. This was a bad game for some people. This is the St Kilda and the Dogs game. Now, let's go to the Saints. Their highest scorer was 101. And that's, no one's got him. That's Bradley Hill. Okay, last week he went big too. 20 kicks, 11 handballs. He actually looks okay. I was actually looking him up, but then I spoke to some St Kilda players or St Kilda supporters, and they were telling me maybe pass. He's got the same wing roll, but on the wing he's getting 30 touches. Anyway, he's looking good, but I'm going to pass anyway. Win Hager. Scored a 99. Now, a lot of people would have traded him out, and rightly so, but he looked actually good. 29 touches in that midfield. Jack Steele was disappointing. 7 kicks, 20 handballs, 5 clangers, 63%, 5 tackles. He was down, but he had a 5-day break, so we can excuse him. Plus, the Dogs are very hard to score against. He'll bounce back. The defenders in this game all went bad. Okay, you look at Riley Bonner, you'd think that when the opposition scores 19 goals, 10, 124, the defenders would go good, but it was the opposite. Bonner was their best one, scoring 81. The next best was Sinclair, 73. And then where's Wangari Milera, 69. So it didn't work out for the defenders this game. So maybe next week they'll have a better week, the defenders. And Hugo Garcia, we brought him in early, 69, very impressed. Gave away a 50-metre penalty as well. Had 6 clangers and scored a 69. Sorry, had 5 clangers. Imagine 9 tackles, by the way. If we had the 50-metre penalty, that's a 78. Take away a couple of those clangers. He's about an 80s man, 85. He's actually quite good. I'm going to put him on field this week on the forward line. Sorry, yeah, he's in my forward line, so I'm going to put him on field. He's actually worth putting on field. Now, if you don't have him, he should be a number 1 target this week, okay? Provided that he plays, but I'm sure he'll play. 9 tackles. The next best was Winhager with 6. He looked good. Now, Darcy Wilson also scored a 69. he's doing his job. Okay, we're very happy with Darcy Wilson. Some weeks he scores bad. Okay, some weeks he scores the 30s and the 40s. Other weeks he scores 70s. So he's actually doing a good job. We're actually happy with him. And Rowan Marshall. This was a big disappointment for the owners. 51, 25 hitouts to Marshall, 25 to English. Okay, English beat him. They broke even anyway, 25 each. Marshall only had 11 disposals. What did the English have? 17. I don't know what to say. I know I didn't see this coming. I actually thought taught that Marshall in this game would get about 130. I know my experts that do Captain's Corner, they had Marshall as their vice captain, okay? And that's how much they were expecting him to go well. So this was a shock, okay? No one expecting it. He'll bounce back. Now with the Dogs, Bailey Dale, 175, 29 kicks, 10 handballs, a goal, 92% disposal efficiency. Okay, now this is huge. Should you get him? Well, I don't know. His price is still awkward. He's not making a lot of cash. He's going to make a little bit. Maybe he might make about 70, 80K. Is that worth a trade to bring him in? He's playing for and keep in mind he's playing for Bevo. One, number two is that we had Ed Richards playing in the midfield, so I'm not sure. I'm probably going to pass on Dale. I was hoping that he'd go a bit lower. Actually, I wasn't expecting a score like this. Okay, so he's going to score he's going to be very similar to Wangani Milera. Okay, he's going to have games where he's going to score 69, games where he scores 90. I can't see this game coming again, but maybe games where he goes 120s. Okay, so I'm probably going to pass on him. Now the Bont. Now work this out. Okay, the Bont, 12 kicks, 12 handballs, 2 marks, 6 tackles. Okay. 13 contested possessions, 3 goals. Okay, the Bont. Okay, he scored 125. That's not much, okay, considering there was a West Coast Eagles boy who had 17 touches with 3 goals and scored 150. Just cover down. Anyway, the Bont went 125. Now, Jack McCrae. This is interesting. I'm very interested in Jack McCrae. I want to show you something. Now, before I show you what I wanted to show you, I just want to mention that Sportsbet had a picture of my long-lost cousin, okay, in one of their posts. As you can see here, the Dogfather, okay, just cover down. Anyway, I found it was very hilarious, okay. Even Sportsbet, they must have seen my Scodfather, and they copied with the Dogfather. Now, I put up a little tweet here. It says here, I understand Bevo now. I could actually speak his lingo. We understand each other, okay? I'm the only one that can... They call me now the Bever Whisperer, okay? I can understand what he says. Okay, I can translate to you now. And what it says here... this is from the Western Bullets coach, Luke Beveridge. I taught his contest, his hands, his ball security, his creativity, his workmanship with the other inside mids was there. I think we got a balance of what he was doing on the ground, right with him. Okay, so virtually what he's saying is McCrae's going to play in the midfield. That's virtually what he's saying. Okay, he's virtually saying that McCrae's going to play in his proper position. Well, you didn't need to be a genius to work out that McCrae is best suited in the midfield, but Bevo just worked it out now. And if you're worried about McCrae when Libba comes back, I'd say Libba will replace Ed Richards, who's in that midfield. So Ed Richards took Libba's spot. McCrae was actually doing pretty much what the sub Sanders was doing before. So he had a bit of Sanders' role. I'm going to look up McCrae's. Actually, let's have a look at the CBAs. That's the kicking breakdown. Let's go to CBAs. CBAs. Let's go to the Dogs. All right, let's have a look. Ed Richards had 76%. McCrae only had 34%. So it's not like McCrae had a lot. Okay, it was only 34%. Pretty similar to what Sanders would cop. Even Garcia was in there, okay? He had 21%. Sanders only had 3%. Mind you, he was a sub, but even when he came back on, he didn't do much. So it was Ed Richards that had the spot, not McCrae. McCrae, have a look at his map. Okay, let's have a look at McCrae's map. Where was he playing? He was still playing in the midfield, but pretty much not much CBAs, but still around the midfield. So McCrae is back. Okay, that's what I can say to you now. But I'm happy to give him another week and see what he does again with Libra in the team. It won't hurt. Okay, now, next up, we talk about Tim English. And Tim English, 114 points. This is a 700k player at the start of the year. Now he's a 600k player. And there's 500k players scoring very similar to him right now. If you've got him still, just hold him. You can't get rid of him. The top two of the ruckman are all same score now. Let's have a look. I'll show you. Okay, if you go to players, okay, and you go to ruckman, then you go to points scored, total points. Okay, Gawn is a standout, 791. Next up, you have 674 for Grundy, 670 for English, Sherry 655. Jackson's not even eligible now because of the fact that Shrek's in, so Jackson's going to become a forward. And you got Marshall at 630. So virtually, there's 4 ruckmen tied for that second spot. Even Darcy Cameron's in the picture at 579. That's unbelievable. How does Darcy Cameron get in there? Anyway, the R2 is very, very tight now. You can have any one of these 84, and it's the same thing. They're all the same. Sherry, Marshall, English, and Grundy is all the same thing right now. So I've got Sherry. I'm just going to hold him now. There's no point trading him. I might just trade him out on his buy if I have to. Otherwise, I'll just keep him. He actually looks good. Now, we talk about a rookie to watch for next week, not this week. And that's going to be Garcia. Scored 82. Obviously, he must not be a rookie because he's not even listed as a rookie here. So he must be. He must have played last year and didn't score much. So scored an 82, which looked really good, and he looks really good. So let's see if he gets game time this week, and if he's listed to play the following week, just grab him. Okay, he's going to make some cash. And he's probably the last cash cow that we've got. There's none left. It's all finished. We finished them all. Okay, you did, I did, everyone did. They're gone. Okay, we're in trouble. Okay, after this week, there's nobody. I'll show you later on, but there's nobody. It's all finished. Now, Harms, 79, is not good, okay? Next down the list, Bramble, if you still got him, you wouldn't be very happy owner. Cummins, might be time to give him a miss soon. His break-even's still low, still making some cash, but not much. Probably my next target to get rid of. And Sam Darcy had a low game, 49, but 71 Dream Team points. So he butchered it, 40% disposal efficiency. He's good enough to score 70s and 80s, okay, Sam Darcy. He's good enough to have on field, except when he does this, okay? But I don't mind having Sam Darcy on field on best 22 now. And Riley Sanders, it's time to let him go. He was a sub. He might probably, surely Bevo is not going to just torture the poor kid, but he'll play. But I think let him go now. Scored 15. Lost 15k this week. Got a break even over 100. He's going to lose another 15k. He might be a sub. So yeah, get rid of him now. We now go to Adelaide and the Bombers. Now, Jordan Dawson scored a 168. This is insane, okay? Have a look at Jordan Dawson's heat map this week. It's nuts. AFL, okay. Let's go. We'll support next time. Let's go. Even kickings. He even had kickings. Look how many kickings he had. Where's Adelaide? There they are. Dawson. He had one kick in, okay. So he was playing down the back. He was playing in the midfield, playing on the wing. He was playing everywhere, okay. Let's have a look at his heat map. Okay, Dawson. Well, from the looks of this heat map, everything he did was on the wing. not halfback, not midfield, not forward, on the wing. I don't know if I actually like his heat map. This is actually worrisome. If he was playing, actually, it's more halfback, attacking halfback, I would say, than a midfielder. He's probably going to get DPP, I think. Not now, but I don't know how much mid-time he had. But this is worrying, okay? Where's the midfield time? Anyway, so Dawson was on the wing, okay, which was very surprising. I was keen on Dawson. I've lost interest after seeing that map, okay? It sounds weird, I know. 2 goals, 22 kicks, 9 handballs, 168. So you would think that I would love this score. I didn't like that heat map, okay? It's put me off. Now, going further down, I would say that whoever's on that other wing at Adelaide is in big trouble. They're not going to score no points, okay? Because everything's going to go for Dawson, I would say. That's probably what they're going to do, attack the wings. So everything through that left-hand side, that's how they're going to attack. Now, at Adelaide, there isn't many players of interest. There's Isaac Rankin, 85, but he was looking really bad at the start, half time. He was on like 20-something, 25, I think. I can't remember. It wasn't huge. I remember looking at him, and when I saw his last score, 85, okay, how did he get that? Okay, but anyway, it must have been the crunch goal that he had. He must have got like 25 points for it. Keane is up and down like a yo-yo. Rory Laird is a big disappointment. He's got a half-back role now. The grandpa is out. They put the young kids in. Keys, Racheli doesn't look like it. Okay, dropped a few marks. Probably will bounce back this week, but not going to feature in our teams. And that's pretty much it for Adelaide. Now we go to Essendon, and there's a lot of talk about this young boy here, Caldwell. I'm getting a lot of questions about him, actually, both on my Richmond forum that I'm in and also on Twitter. And for me, he looks good in the midfield. The problem is there's a spud going to come back into the team, Setterfield, okay? And he's got Setterfield's role. So I'm not sure on Caldwell, to be honest, because of the fact we got Setterfield to come in there, okay? Yeah, so I'm probably going to pass on him. I would pass on him. Nick Martin, at half time, he was on 42 points, I think. I was very upset. I was smashing my guitars again. The spud, he came to life, okay? Scored 114. I couldn't believe it. We're going to bring him on the show today. He was going to make a small appearance, but he refused. He gave me the rude finger. He said, no, I'm not interested. Anyway, we'll talk to him later on. So Nick Martin will probably come on next week. We'll see how it goes. Now, Zach Merritt, I want to talk about. 109, he was looking really good. He was on track for looks like a 150, okay, the way he was going. Then he got tagged. What's his name? McHenry tagged him late in the third quarter. McHenry tagged him. The minute McHenry tagged him, he moved. He went into the forward line. It's like someone from the Adelaide team said, "Look, you can't play midfield. We're just going to tag you. You can get away from here now. Go somewhere else." And they got rid of him. It was that easy. Okay, so all you have to do was tag him, and he moves. So Zach Merritt moved from his spot into the forward line. Now, if other teams and coaches have seen this, if Zach Merritt is causing havoc, all they got to do is put someone on him. Then he moves, okay? It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Anyway, he moved, and the owners were very upset. They were expecting he was going to go big. And going further down at Essendon, is there anyone else of interest at Essendon? I don't think so. There's nobody else here. Yeah, that's about it at Essendon. And Parrish is not ready yet to be in our teams. He's still going down. I may be interested in Parrish later on if only he didn't have the round 14 bye, I could have had him as a spare. That round 14 bye is a disaster. We go to the Collingwood and Port Adelaide game. Now, this game, at quarter time, Zach Butters, he was nuts. He was going nuts, bananas. Okay, everything. Okay, it was whatever you want to do. If you didn't own Zach Butters and you watched him at quarter time, you'd be going nuts. Okay, because that's what I was doing. Okay, I wanted to smash guitars, but you can't smash guitars when the opposition is going good. But anyway, he was looking really good. But let's talk about Port in a minute. Let's talk about Collingwood and Nick Dacos. He's back, 133. He was going the opposite of what Zach Butters was doing, which is why I mentioned Zach Butters, because then they put Nick Dacos onto Zach Butters, okay? Not only did Nick Dacos stop Zach Butters, because Nick Dacos wasn't getting the ball, because Zach Butters must know where the ball is, okay? Because it was following him. So they said, look, if you want to get the ball, just follow Zach Butters. He'll show you where the ball is. Anyway, Nick Dacos was on Zach Butters, and Nick Dacos went nuts. 30 touches, and he actually beat Zach Butters, and had 133 Supercoach points. Very happy with Nick Dacos for two reasons. Number one, because he beat Zach Butters and stopped him, and number two, because he scored well. Now, at Collingwood, there's nobody else to talk about. Okay, it's only Nick Dacos, and he's our only love child. Okay, there's players like the Goey, if some people have him, but as we've seen in the past, he's very up and down. Probably would have been a good pickup when he was cheap, when he had these 2 or 3 bad scores, but then he just picked up straight away, so he didn't give us a chance. Now, at Port Adelaide, Dan Houston went huge. 141 was his best game for the year. 23 kicks, 5 handballs, and Collingwood forwards give up points to the defenders. So Houston had a day out. So he's going to have another day out this week again. So if you're going to get Houston, like I'm planning on getting Houston, but I'm not going to get Houston until after his bye, okay? Because I can't. I've got too many other players that I want to get now, especially in that forward line of mine, which is disaster. So I don't have a problem in defense, so there's no point for me getting Houston. So I'm going to pass on Houston, but he looked really good, okay? Now, Butters is Butters, okay? He's a jet. He just went quiet after the first quarter. The horny man, he didn't do much again. 86. Looks like he's got a forward role and a midfield role. We saw Ollie Wines. Thank God I got rid of him. Okay, scored a 70. Disappointing. Okay, I don't think we have him anymore, but if you do, you'd be very upset. The one that you'd be very upset with, where is he? It's Connor Rosie, 65. That's disappointing. He hardly touched the ball in the first quarter. You got one player touching the ball like 100 times, and the other player not touching it at all. It was actually, I didn't understand it. Usually these two connect together, but in the first quarter there's no connection. It was all Zach Butters, and Rosie was just watching. Okay, so it couldn't believe what I was seeing. Anyway, so Rosie was very quiet, and they're the only big boys at Port Adelaide. The big ones, Houston, Butters, and Rosie are the only 3 relevant Supercoach players for us. That's pretty much it. And the horny man, some people got him now. Now, we go to the Carlton and the GWS game. Now, this is going to be the last game that I'm going to review on this video. The other 4, I'm going to do this in 2 segments so that I don't bore you to tears, okay? Because it's going to be a long one. So, we're going to do the Carlton GWS game now. And Carlton, Patrick Cripps is having some kind of a year right now again, okay? Back to his high-scoring self. I mean, I actually wish I started him. Let's have a look at Patrick Cripps. Well, he's actually, maybe it's good that I didn't start him, okay? Because besides the round 0 game, which no one would have had him, all right, he's got 100 every game. 135, 100, 101, 110, 142. So he hasn't really set the world on fire, okay? So maybe it's not a big deal. But there's something that I want to share with you, which is the last 2 games, Adelaide and GWS. These 2 games, Walsh has been in the team. And with Walsh in the team, it looks like Cripps is thriving from it, okay? So they're going hand in hand with each other, 110, 142. So Cripps is benefiting big time with Walsh in that team now. He looks good. He's actually cheap, but not interested. There's much better options out there. Which then gets on to my next point. Sam Walsh. Okay, now he's the one I'm interested in. Now, Sam Walsh plays like no other Supercoach player out there. Okay, and I watched him close. 2 games now. I watched him, the Adelaide game really close, and the GWS game even closer. And I haven't seen a player that plays like Sam Walsh, and I'm being honest. Okay, now, what he does, it's the way he does it. He gets all those 5-point handballs. He dives on the ball, passes it out to his players. That's 5 points, just a hand pass. Grab it from the ground, hard ball gets. He does all that. He's also an outside player. He's always calling for the ball. In the first quarter, he had 93% time on ground. Now, this is supposed to be a player that's got a sore back and can't play football, but it's not showing signs of a sore back. 93% time on ground in the first quarter. That's huge. And I really like what I see with Sam. I think Sam Walsh is a perfect Supercoach player. And I rate him really high. Nearly as high as I rate Raul is how I rate Sam Walsh. The 2 of them are my 2 favourites. And I saw the first game. I didn't want to see the second game. I had disagreements with a lot of my friends. Okay, they were saying to me, "You have to watch him the second time. What's the point? His price ain't going to go up." Well, I said, "What's the point of watching him the second time? I've already seen what he does, okay? I actually like what he does. I'm going to vice-captain him. That's how good he is." And that's what I did. I vice-captained him. He scored a 130. He was one of the rare players that scored a 130 this week. He's a jet, okay, this Sam Walsh. He's pick 1 for a reason. Absolute gun. If you don't have Sam Walsh in your team, break even on 33. If he scores, and he will score big this week against Geelong at the MCG, 130. If he scores 130, he goes up 45k, goes 620k. It's almost out of reach now. Then another 125, he goes 630k now. He's at the same price as the big boys. It's now or never with Sam Walsh. And how many people own him? 13% own him now, okay? It was 11%, got up another 2%. He will be 25% owned. If you've missed out on Sam Walsh, it's going to cost you, I think. It's going to be dangerous not to have him. Now, at Carlton, there's nobody else to talk about, okay? Carroll was a sub, okay? So I traded him out. The minute I saw that he was a sub, he was gone from the team. So I had to do a couple of adjustments, and Carroll had to leave. So he only scored a 26. And Zach Williams scored a 33. Disappointing. He wasn't actually scoring much, even though it says he got injured. To get to that injured stage, he was on 25. Okay, he was on 25, nearing. When did he get off? Okay, 41% time on ground. It was probably nearing half time. He was on 25, and he did a hard ball act where he competed and got a hard ball, copped a corky, and earned 8 points for it. And then he got subbed out for that reason. He wasn't doing much, and I'm going to trade him out this week. Okay, I've had enough of him. Just come it down. Anyway, let's go to GWS. And Josh Kelly is benefiting without the Coniglios in the team, but he kicked 3 goals to get that 132. Okay, and it was a bit, I don't know. He's a pass for me. He played on the wing a lot. Okay, and I don't like wingers, and what I saw before from Dawson's map, but that scares me. So a pass on Kelly. We go to next up at GWS. Briggs, I don't know what's wrong with him, 87. I thought he would be top 2. I picked him in my draft team. I used my 3rd round selection for him. Anyway, he's doing really bad. 87, disappointing. Lockie Whitfield, 85. He actually went at 82% as well. The problem for Whitfield, he gets the easy ball, okay? The handball receive, then the dish off, that's easy ball. That's the worst ball you can get, okay? The ones where you get the ball, you pick it off the ground, okay? That's an extra 3 points. He does get a few of those, but not enough. So, Whitfield's not doing it for me. Tom Green, he had 30 touches. Okay, it's not like he's going bad. 30 touches, 100 Dream Team points. 70%, it's not that bad. only 5 tackles, 9 contested possessions. Actually, no, it is. Where is it? Where's Tom Green? 9 contested possessions. That's not much. That's Tom Green. Because look at the contested possessions here. Cripps 24, Walsh 11. He got smashed by Cripps. Absolutely destroyed by Cripps. He's not gonna, he never beats Cripps. Every time he plays against Cripps, Cripps wins. So Cripps won again. So don't worry about Tom Green. He'll come good. He's not going to play Cripps every week, okay? Cripps is his kryptonite. Just coming down. Now, forget about the other weeks, okay? The last 2 or 3 weeks, he's been on holiday since his bye round. Lockie Ash, having a decent run at the moment, but probably a pass, okay? He can score low. Rookie-wise, we have Cadman. He went at 60. Okay, that's good enough. Kicked 1 goal. Did a bit of ruck time. 12 disposals. He's doing okay. 60. A couple of loose ball gets, which I liked. A couple of 5-pointers. Okay, it wasn't too bad. And going down here, Harvey Thomas. Last week is a very good. Sometimes he's a good. Sometimes he's a poo-poo. So this week was the poo-poo week. 29. I thought he was better than that. I thought I actually seen him a lot. But his score doesn't show it. And that's about it for this game. Now, we're going to do the other 4 games on the next episode because we're running out of time doing these the first 4. Okay, time is very short now. I'm sort of doing a course right now, and I have to do a lot of homework. And an old man like me doing homework don't match. Okay, homework and me, they get along. So I'm doing a bit of homework to complete a course. So that's where all my time's going right now. Anyway. That's all for today. Thank you for joining. And remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.